Marvel movies can make actors into household names in exchange for being forced to wear prosthetic makeup and uncomfortable costumes. Chris Evans. The first Avengers' iconic red, white, and blue suit was just as tight and uncomfortable as it looked. In fact, Chris Evans has said that he doesn't mind not getting to keep any of the Captain America costumes from the first Avenger movie, saying that, no, they were not comfortable. Elizabeth Debicki. Though Elizabeth Debicki's Aisha is relatively new to the Marvel Cinematic Universe compared to others on this list, her hair and makeup is just as intense. Every day, Debicki spent 2.5 hours getting painted with gold for the look before getting into her heavy costume, which was made almost entirely of metal. Brie Larson. Captain Marvel's suit was a struggle to work with. According to Brie Larson, the tight costume made going to the bathroom a 30-minute struggle. The costume also made it difficult for her to move her arms beyond shoulder length, which was a problem for something as action-packed as a superhero movie. Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd's Ant-Man suit was made of thick and non-breathable leather, leaving Rudd feeling hot and uncomfortable. The leather was so thick that Rudd said he had to go around asking the cast and crew of Avengers Endgame to punch him in hopes that the force would make his itch go away. Dave Bautista. To get the coverage needed for Drax the Destroyer, Dave Bautista had to stand for hours at a time getting painted and having prosthetics attached. Then once it was on, Bautista wasn't allowed to lean on chairs or touch anything to avoid damaging the makeup until filming was done. Chris Hemsworth. Avengers Endgame gave us a new take on Thor, turning the muscular blonde to a depressed, fat version of himself. To get this look on film, Chris Hemsworth had to wear a prosthetic fat suit that was around 60 to 70 pounds. Hemsworth described this experience saying, "It was the hottest I've ever been." Tom Hiddleston. Out of all the costumes from the Avengers, Tom Hiddleston's full Loki costume was one of the heaviest and hardest to get into. The costume itself weighed 30 pounds, with the heat-retaining helmet adding another 8 pounds, bringing it to a total of 38 pounds for the entire costume. Tessa Thompson. Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie looked amazing in her two amazing costumes in Thor Ragnarok, but the feeling of actually wearing them is a different story. The costumes were made almost entirely out of plastic, meaning they weren't the most comfortable to wear, especially while moving around and doing all the action required for the role. Pom Klementieff. Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 might look simple, but it still took around 3 hours to get the actress Pom Klementieff ready to film. Her recognizable bug-like look was a mix of prosthetics, wide contact lenses, and beauty makeup, with a little CGI to get the full effect for the antennas. Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan's character Eric Killmonger left a big impression, and part of the reason why is because of his unforgettable upper body. Hours were spent gluing around 3,000 prosthetics to Jordan's skin to get the look. Then Jordan had to sit in a sauna to sweat off all the sticky glue and prosthetics. Zoe Saldana. The transformation of Zoe Saldana into Gamora requires an intense 5 hours in the makeup chair. The process starts with around 3 hours of applying prosthetics, including a piece that goes over her scalp, followed by multiple layers of body painting and makeup. The entire look also requires 30 to 45 minutes to remove. Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. basically paved the way for the Marvel Cinematic Universe with the first Iron Man movie, but it certainly wasn't easy. The original Iron Man suit was uncomfortable and would pinch at Downey's skin when he moved. The LED lights of the helmet would also blind Downey when the hood was down. Karen Gillan. Just one look at the alien cyborg Nebula will tell you that her makeup probably took a lot of time and effort. The process for this started with Karen Gillan getting her head shaved. Then every day, Gillan had to put on 5 prosthetics pieced together like a puzzle on her face and 22mm contact lenses.